like the Apex Pro scene got hacked live during the ALGS, which is insane, which is the most craziest thing I've ever seen in my entire life. So I kind of want to see if there's like proof and stuff like that of that situation. So everyone's talking about it. So I gotta know what's going on, to be honest. I really do.
All right, what's going on, everybody? Welcome back to another video here on the channel. And today, man, we're going to be taking a look at one of the most bizarre...
Dude, can you believe that though? Like, seriously? Let me see here. I'll take a look at that. So in a bit. Like, I'm not gonna lie, that is the most craziest thing during a pro Apex scene, like a competition, like an actual competition.
Situations I think I've ever covered when it comes
I have to see
esports or pro.
Do they have
gaming.
footage or so of the
hacking
hacking going live or so?
On the timeline yesterday, and at first I thought this was fake, right? Like, I didn't think that this was really even possible. I mean, I don't think I, or probably even you, have ever seen.
It's because of technology. There's footage of it on YouTube. We'll take a look at it after this. It's crazy because it's the technology. It's because the technology is moving forward, right? But the problem is the companies are not updating their software fast enough. You know, they're thinking, oh, we don't need to update it as much. I'm like, no, you gotta update that shit. That shit needs to be like on point, you know. So
anything quite like this, right? So here on the channel, I've covered probably at least half a dozen different situations of like pro gamers or people who are aspiring to go pro in the gaming community accidentally outing themselves.
I would like to go pro sometimes, you know. I feel like I would like to go, but I don't think I'm that good, to be honest. I'm not that good, to be honest. I don't think my reaction time is what it used to be, so.
By exposing their cheats, you know, whether it be that they've got aimbot or wall hacks, whatever it is, right? We've basically
is that footage or so? Is that actual like live footage or so from the event? Let me see. Okay, we'll take a look at it. We'll take a look at it in a second.
This is taking it way beyond just that. I don't even think that I can fairly describe this as people getting caught cheating. So I'm sure most of you are familiar with the game Apex Legends, right?
Yeah.
Well, this all took place apparently during the North American regional finals of a massive Apex Legends.
Damn, the regional finals,
I believe this tournament's like payout was over $1 million or was $1 million.
God damn.
It's a big tournament, let's just say that. Lots of big names, big streamers playing in this one in the Apex community, and basically somehow somebody accessed their accounts while they were live on stream playing in this tournament and was injecting several different players in the game with like hacks and mod menus and cheats. And it's
that's crazy.
A whole big situation.
Wait. Remember when we saw that video or so where one person can actually send stuff over their computer and stuff like that? I'm actually curious if the software cheating thing from China is being implemented in some sort of different way in this situation. I'm actually curious on that. I'm actually very curious on that.
So anyway, I'm gonna go ahead and show you, I believe, 3 different perspectives from when this all happened. Keep in mind, they are all playing at the same time, right? This is an event. Everybody is kind of like participating in the same thing here. So these people are all playing in this tournament live, and they just like get their accounts accessed and get cheats installed into their game as they're playing in it. So take a look at this.
Ping! I knocked him there.
Yep.
Wait, what the fuck?
Don't worry about it.
I'm getting hacked. But
I know, it's sure. Can you play the game?
Bro, I'm getting hacked.
I know, but can you play?
Yeah, but it's cheating. The fuck?
I know, sure. I know. What?
Like what?
No, but is it fucking up your game?
Yes, I can see everyone. Like
You need to leave.
I didn't leave the game, right? Yeah, I'm leaving. Like what the?
Admin's now. Nick, admin's now.
But,
admin's
I left. Like.
Admin's now. Restart your game. Rejoin. Oh no, you left the map.
They're pushing. Come take the building. Come in. Okay. Can we shoot height?
Yeah. Shoot now.
I'm cheating. I'm fucking shit. I have aimbot.
Oh no.
You gotta
leave the game, bro. You
gotta
leave the game.
The door's blocked. Break it.
Break it.
I have aimbot right now. I literally have aimbot.
Leave the game.
I'm getting hacked. But
I know, sure. Can you play the game?
Bro, I'm getting hacked.
I know, but can you play?
Yeah, but it's cheating. The fuck?
I know, just chill. I know.
What?
Like what?
No, but is
What?
it fucking up your game?
Yes, I can see everyone.
Dude, that's
like,
crazy, dude. Pirate Softwares has a plausible take of what actually happened. Really? This hack is crazy because it's not from client side, it's from the server. Oh, it's from the server? Oh, dude, that is actually wild. Dude, this is crazy to see. What the fuck? Are you serious?
You need to leave. You need to leave. You need to leave.
I didn't leave the game, right? Yeah, I'm leaving. Like what the?
Admins now. Nick, admins now. Nick, admins
But
now.
I left. Like
Admins now. Restart your game, rejoin. Oh no, you left the match. Did you close your game, leave the match?
I left.
Jen,
I had to leave.
did you leave the match?
I have to. Yes, yeah, I have to.
He had
Yes,
to leave. He
I
had
have
to
to.
leave.
I have to leave. I left.
Like, bro. Fine, we win this. Come on.
Come on, you got that, boys.
You
Come on.
gotta Alt F4 and see if it's fixed, bro. We need kills, we need kills.
Dude, what? Yeah, apparently the job is done over multiple server rank games, then popped during ALGS. I don't even follow these, and the idea of that the rank servers can get slapped with like this is crazy. Yeah, I know. But that gets you banned too as well, so.
It's fine. You got that.
Break the wall. They're fucking dying. I'm nanning them.
burning
Get these
one,
kills, Sykes!
I'm burning one. I'm thinking. I had to let me go for a second.
Dude, that fucking sucks because you want to know why, how bad this actually really sucks. Like, you train to be in this tournament, right? And then some asshole decides to inject fucking hacks to, like, you know, you or anyone else. Let's say, for example, this person doesn't like this person, right? They could literally be an asshole and inject hacks to the people, to the pro players who they don't like, you know?
70. One of that. Please, really weak. I got a kill. Come on here.
Team landing on the corner.
All right, so you see what I'm talking about. I mean, the menus literally come up in the middle of the game, and the players notice because their game is essentially taken over. So I've been seeing, obviously, a whole lot of people talking about this on social media, right? And it's just, I don't even know really how to describe this, right?
Dude, that
Because,
is
to be honest with you,
crazy.
right, I don't think we have ever seen anything like this happen. I mean, I've followed esports off and on for probably the better part of 15 years now, and I cannot remember ever seeing anything like this happen live in the middle of a tournament. So I
Yeah.
just want to clarify and point out, right, like, none of the people that you saw in this video, right, are actually confirmed to be cheaters themselves. It's not like they accidentally exposed themselves and they're just coming up with some sort of excuse or anything. So apparently this all happened due to, well, most people are speculating something called an RCE exploit. So basically what happened here in layman's terms is some sort of hacker or cheater or whatever got access to the network or to the game itself, right? And they found, apparently people are speculating through the player IDs of the players' EA accounts, which every single account.
Dude, that is... Oh, what the fuck? Holy shit. Damn, this is like cyber, this is like literally on the territory of cyber attacks and stuff like that. Damn, we are getting into that territory of like actual like cyberness.
On pretty much any service is registered with a certain ID. And so basically the hypothesis is this hacker found their account IDs, and since he had like access to the either anti-cheat or through the servers itself or whatever, he was able to inject these mods onto all these people playing's accounts / computers without them even having any knowledge of it or really have any way to stop them. So Apex Legends is protected by an anti-cheat. You probably have heard of it, called Easy Anti-Cheat. This is one of the more popular anti-cheats.
Yeah, but then unfortunately, you know, not really good, and actually hurts their reputation on top of that. That means Easy Anti-Cheat is a terrible software now. Really? Damn. Oh my god, thank god I don't play Apex Legends anymore.
cheats, and it's what is called a kernel level anti-cheat. So once again, to put this in layman's terms for you, a kernel level anti-cheat, so basically
Dude, that's
there's several different
crazy.
levels to the internal operating system and workings
Kernel
of
level
your
is
computer,
fucking
right? And
insane.
most programs can only exist in like the first or the second layer, right? But
Mm-hmm.
then the deepest, most insecure, if it's a program level, is your kernel level, which is where basically like your operating system and everything is on your computer. So if someone RCE exploits to the kernel level, you know, anti-cheat or whatever that's installed on your computer, basically they have now exploited and remote controlled your computer beyond any way that you can control or stop it.
Dude.
And basically if you get RCE exploited through like a kernel level anti-cheat, which is possible how this happened here, you pretty much have to like reinstall your OS. You got to like wipe your fucking drives clean. You basically you'd probably be better off most times just getting a whole new fucking computer and what.
Dude, dude, holy shit. Oh my goodness gracious me. No way. Fuck, dude. I'm wondering if that would actually hit me too as well. If not, I have to reinstall everything again. That would be not cool at all, to be honest. How many hours that would take to download everything again? Jesus Christ.
Whatnot, right? But basically, it's a massive security flaw. It can basically just give some random person complete access to your PC. And that is most likely, it seems like, what happened in this situation here to these players. So for anybody who is, I guess, involved in this tournament, I think the best advice would be to do a clean, like, complete restart. So right now, there's like some concerns. Oh, how far does this really affect? Because no one really knows the depths of just how far this really goes. Now, the people at Easy Anti-Cheat have published a response to this whole thing. We have investigated recent reports of a potential RCE issue within Easy.
How they get your eBay details? Oh, I don't even know. Don't even ask me, to be honest. We have investigated recent reports for the potential RCE issue within the Easy Anti-Cheat at the time. We are confident that there is a RCE vulnerability within a Easy... Ooh, yikes, being exploited. We will continue to work closely with our partners for any follow-up or follow-up support needed. Yikes.
Easy Anti-Cheat. At this time, we are confident that there is no RCE vulnerability
Yeah.
within EAC being exploited. We will continue to work closely with our partners for any follow-up support needed. So the people at the Anti-Cheat are claiming that their program basically has not been infected or, you know, installed with some sort of vulnerability. So at this point, who really knows? Like, is it just these people's computers, or was it an access? It most likely, it seems like, and I'm not like a fucking network security expert, but if I had to guess, I would think that the hacker actually got through EA, right? Like got through Apex Legends, got through their servers, right? Because if it's not the kernel level anti-cheat and it happened to several different people at once, that's really the only conclusion that I can come to, just like as somebody who knows probably the bare minimum about network security itself. So I don't know. Personally, I don't play Apex Legends anymore. I don't really touch many battle royales. I play Fortnite very sparingly, but like if you're an Apex Legends player, I probably would not play for the time being, just because like we really don't know the full extent of what's going on here, right? We really don't know just how this whole thing happened. But I mean, if this is the possibility here, right, that people can do it, like I said, this is the first time I've ever seen it, so I'm really...
It's just gonna ramp up. It's just gonna ramp up even more if someone can actually do this, you know? Yeah, sure. Like, I'm not gonna lie, this is kind of crazy, to be honest, to be seeing these kinds of levels. It's crazy. It's actually crazy. What is this? We'll take a look at this stuff. We'll take a look at this stuff.
still trying to wrap my head around just exactly what's going on here. But like, if this is something that like is possible, not even just in Apex, but realistically in any game, I mean, how safe really is esports? Because like, not even just in Apex, but across so many different games now, they do tournaments over the internet, right? Not every single esports tournament is like a local LAN or whatever. So I don't know, just assuming that if this kind of takes place over a network like this, that makes it way more vulnerable. But like, if this could happen to Apex Legends, I would assume it could really happen to any game. I mean, for instance, like,
That's
take a look
true.
at Call of Duty, right? Like, people already cheat like crazy in that game as is, and pretty much it seems like nothing really ever gets done. Bro, imagine like during the middle of a Call of Duty match, we saw just fucking players getting their shit hacked. Like, if, like I said, if it could happen in Apex, I mean, this is a game that's run by Respawn Entertainment. It's one of the biggest video games in the world. It like EA publishes it and everything, so it's not like this is some small time company or anything. This is a huge product. So if it could happen in this game, what really stops it from happening in other esports matches? What stops some dude who's a big fan of FaZe from installing a bunch of hacks or, you know, RCE exploiting players mid-match whenever somebody plays FaZe or something? You know what I'm saying? Like, what really stops some dude from cheating and like ruining games like—
Because you can literally do it for your favorite team, and then you can also do it for your most, like, you hate a certain team, right? You can insert cheats into them and then think that they're hacking, and then they'll get disqualified for it. Like, that's basically, like, you can actually do that. So
like this, and, you know, causing security issues like this just because. So I don't really know what the answer to solving that is, because I mean, I'm sure it's possible to a degree even at a LAN event, probably way harder, and you know, there's probably a lot more actual security there. But ultimately, I mean, this kind of shit just seems like it could if it becomes more commonplace, really ruin a lot of shit. So, but as of right now, right, like, I'm still kind of wondering what EA is going to say about all this, right? Because I have yet
That's
to
true.
see any sort of
That's
statement or
very
news
true.
coming out
That's
of EA
actually very
officially,
true.
But I got to imagine that their security company, or if they have like a department in EA, that shit probably looks like that scene from SpongeBob where all the SpongeBobs in his brain are like burning the papers and they're just fucking freaking out. That's probably exactly how their security team looks right now, because I mean, this is not a minor security issue, by the way. This was a huge, like, $1 million fucking tournament. You know what I mean?
Yep.
This is some really important shit. This is huge for the business prospects of the company, because now players probably really don't feel too safe playing Apex Legends, because like, if this could happen to pros, couldn't it realistically happen to anybody? But that's what really makes me wonder about like how this all is gonna boil down, right? Because I'm gonna assume that EA is not just gonna like shrug this one off or just ignore it, like,
Oh, yeah.
daisies, you know, we had a pretty big issue here, but not a real big deal, guys. We're gonna be fine, right? That is definitely not what's happening.
Yeah.
They are probably ready to have the SWAT team kick somebody's fucking door in and make an arrest anytime they can. So I would assume that whoever is responsible for this, EA, is gonna, you know, want to talk to them, want to get them in fucking jail ASAP. So like, it, I guess, is technically one thing to, like, you know, fucking cheat in a video game. It's a whole different thing to illegally access the back end of people's computers.
Oh, dude, that's
and install cheats
crazy.
on their machines while they're playing the game live in a massive esports event. So people have been saying for a little while now that Apex Legends is overran with hackers. I don't know. Like I said, I haven't played Apex Legends seriously in a long
Yeah, me too as well. I haven't played like Apex rank or anything like that in such a long time, so I can't really tell on that. So
time, right? But I mean, given what we've seen here, I would not be totally surprised. So
yeah,
I also
I wouldn't
just
be
realized
surprised either
that
too.
eventually we are probably going to see somebody get caught cheating, and they will probably try to use this shit as an excuse. That's why this shit like really just throws a wrench in everything, because not only can like somebody with actual computer knowledge apparently fucking disrupt an entire major esports event, but on top of that, this kind of vulnerability, if it exists on a mass scale, and like, you know, like I said, somebody with some computer knowledge can just fucking step in and do
That's
this
true.
to really anyone,
That is
then,
very true.
we're at a point where pretty much no online gaming is safe, right? Like, if people figure out how to to do this shit in your local competitive matches or whatever, I mean, what exactly do you do at that point? How do you continue playing a game competitively? I don't know. Well, I guess have to see how EA and I guess to a degree Easy Anti-Cheat and all these folks respond to this. But all I know is the way that it looks right now, it looks like this shit just opened up a massive can of worms that I don't think anybody really wanted opened up, and I don't think anyone really knows how to deal with. So I don't know, hopefully the people who know how to stop this shit can get on board with it quick and figure it out. But anyway, with that being said, man, thank you guys for watching. If you did enjoy, make sure to leave a like, subscribe if you're brand new around here on the channel.
Dude, that is actually crazy. Holy cow. I can't believe something like that really happened, especially on a major scale like that. Is probably the most craziest thing ever. Okay, let's see. Let me see. So I assume these are all the Easy Anti-Cheat games, right? That are in it that they've used. Or oh, even Ubisoft uses it. Damn, Battlefield 2042, Black Desert Online, Black Clover, Jesus Christ. Oh, Dead by Daylight, yeah, you can see that 100%. Dragon Ball, yeah, Fall Guys, Fortnite Battle Royale, oof. Man, Fortnite better be, hopefully they have something to hold down the fort for that one, actually. Jump Force, Lost Ark 2 as well. Halo, Master Chief's Collector's Edition. Naruto to Boruto. Gundam, New World as well. Paladins, One Punch Man. Predator's Hunting Ground, Postscriptum, Ragnarok, Realm Royale, Quantum League, Rec Room, Rogue Company. Oof, yikes. Rogue Company. Jesus. Smite? Oh, Jesus. Oh, sorta online Fatal Bullet too? Ooh, that's fucking sucks. Because I have this game. I actually do have this game. Tom Clancy. Watch Dogs 2? Jesus Christ. Holy cow. I did not expect Watch Dogs 2 to be on the list, to be honest. Yikes, that's a lot of games that's on here for the Easy Anti-Cheat, to be honest. Oh, yeah, I think definitely the anti-cheat stuff needs to be either improved to the max capability, or they need to find a different anti-cheat software. You know, a different company or so for this stuff, at least. Is this the same video? Yeah, this is the same video. Okay, let's see. Let's take a look at this.
All right.
Let's see what this guy's claim is, because I'm really interested in this now.
I'm getting hacked.
Okay. I do think it'd be really good to set a little bit of the stage really quickly, which is that apparently what happened, this all spawned from a live competition where someone has claimed they are getting hacked live. And then it's exploded since then. People are claiming anti-cheat is the problem. Some people are saying the source engine is the problem. Everyone's saying a bunch of different stuff, so it sounds very convoluted, and I don't think we technically have all the details quite yet. Before we get started,
True.
You know, the editor, you'll have to kind of flop this into a correct location. Thor, could you give us a little background about you and say cheating or security so people know that this isn't your first merry-go-round in this topic?
No. So I've been in the security industry for 20 years. I'm a hacker. My job at Blizzard Entertainment was lead of application security, which is all of Blizzard's websites globally, and then I was a senior red team specialist. I have banned over 2 million players throughout my career. I have 3 black badges from DEF CON, and my last job was hacking power plants for the federal government. This is not my first
Jesus fucking Christ, holy fuck.
rodeo. This is entirely my wheelhouse, right? 100%. I've done this for 20 years. I know a lot of shit about this. So let's take a look at this. Watch what happens a couple seconds in. Same player.
Yep.
Oh. Oh. Huh.
Wait, what the fuck? I'm getting hacked.
So that's what happened right before. It pops up.
Okay.
Black bullet here.
Yeah, I'm gonna get the pop-up
I'm
on.
locked in there.
TSM halal hook.
Yep. There's a couple of things that I'm wondering here. Having seen this, right? It's very clear that he didn't intend for this to happen. You can see that by the chat, right?
Yeah, this guy is definitely a master in his craft when it comes to that. So
Chat is saying, hey, Apex hacking global series by Destroy 2009 and random, right? So it's people saying, hey, this is me, that credit goes to me for doing this. Happens all the time, so the hacking community. However, the really interesting part of this is that it pops up an actual hack on his computer and then goes from there. This doesn't mean that there's RCE in Easy Anti-Cheat. This doesn't mean that there's RCE in Apex. It means this guy's computer is compromised at the very minimum. People have jumped to the maximum possible vulnerability here when they've forgotten about Occam's razor. This guy's computer might just be compromised. Nothing else needs to be involved with that. Whether he's been downloading cheats or not is kind of irrelevant here. It's clear that someone is doing this to his machine, as you can see on the left side. It's very clear that that's happening.
oh, that is interesting. That is actually very interesting.
My initial
by the
bet
way,
would
there's
be
one
that he's
more-
compromised, not the game.
There's one more thing that you may be missing is that it's
Sure.
happened to 2 other players as well.
So if it did happen to 2 other players, show me those, because I haven't seen those yet. That does
Yeah, we
change
haven't
things
seen those.
entirely.
And it is Imperial Hal. I highly doubt that he's cheating.
We shoot height.
Yeah, shoot now.
Yeah, I'm watching this one.
I'm cheating. I'm fucking shit. I got aimbot. I have aimbot.
Oh no.
Shoot height.
Yeah, shoot now.
I'm cheating. I'm fucking shit. I got aimbot. I have aimbot.
Oh no. You gotta leave the game, bro. You gotta leave the game.
So this is happening to 2 players at the same time.
Okay, yeah, they're
So
very
in
different.
order to pull this off, what the attacker would need to have is the ability to download and run a cheat in runtime to that person's client. So they would need remote code execution to get all of that onto their machine and then run it, which does lend the possibility towards a remote code execution in Apex. That does. It gives the possibility for that. Doesn't mean it is, but it does. It could also be that these machines are compromised because it didn't hit everyone in the game. It just hit 2 people.
Yeah.
That is a clever thing to do if you're trying to create, the fog of war with that.
Mhm.
But when you have an exploit this big, it's much more funny to make everyone suddenly cheating because that's hilarious. If you're going to go for it, you go for it all, right?
Yeah.
Generally. So I am wondering, I think at that point, it's the same thing. We have to wait to see where the vuln exists. Is this an Easy Anti-Cheat, which seems unlikely to me? Is this in Apex, which is...
But Easy Anti-Cheat just said that it was. So technically Easy Anti-Cheat just already said it. Like Easy Anti-Cheat already immediately said that it was from their side.
possible, or is this individuals' compromised computers? Easy Anti-Cheat actually put out a statement saying that there is no RCE on their end, by the way, if you haven't seen it.
Let's see. Hold on. Let me. I just had it right. I'm sorry. I have
Or unless I misread it wrong.
There you go. Easy Anti-Cheat said, we've investigated the recent reports of potential RCE issues within Easy Anti-Cheat. At this time, we are confident that there is no RCE vulnerability within EAC being exploited. We'll continue to work closely with our partners for any follow-up support needed.
Yep. And I responded to that, and I said, being confident is different from fully understanding the recently claimed RCE vulnerability. With EAC's claim here, I'm still waiting to see if the vuln lies with Apex or EAC. Better to be correct over being fast. Don't spread needless fear and wait for more information.
So clearing up from the article, clearing up misconceptions about the Algs
Okay, I
app,
see.
one of them says that, am I in danger if I play Apex? Maybe. I personally have uninstalled Apex to be safe right now, and I think you should do the same if you are on a PC.
Yep.
How do you feel about that type of advice? Is that a good level set of advice?
I think that's pretty fine right now. Like, being off of a game for 2 days is not a big deal. Like, that's totally fine. That being said, the people who were targeted here are very high-profile people.
Yeah.
If it was absolutely RCE inside of Apex Legends, which is unlikely to me right now, it would be more likely that they'd hit the entire player base at once. You can hit a couple of high-profile streamers in a high-profile game, but if you have something that distributable, you're going to hit everybody. Let's see if there's any ingredients to the plan.
Holy fucking shit.
Looks like this one's just like I interviewed a cheat developer.
Oh my fuck. What the fuck? There's so much more. What the fuck?
There we go. Destroyer 2009 fan. In a public lobby game?
What the fuck?
Interesting.
How do you even? I'm watching a video
No,
where it's
hold
like
up.
I interviewed cheat developer Destroyer 2009. Like, how do you even know that it?
No, do you see this right here on my screen? Destroyer 2009 fan, Destroyer 2009 fan, Destroyer 2009 fan. So he's summoning tons of versions of himself into the game? Let's wait and see this again.
Oh yeah, I'm looking at your screen right now.
Look at this. Squad landed nearby. Look at that.
What the fuck?
They're all players and they're all that guy. It looks like they're bots.
It does look like they're bots. All I know is that actually looks like a lot of fun, and Apex should really consider a zombie mode.
Dude, agree.
Because this actually this looks like great.
It does look pretty scary
So
though,
what it
pretty
looks like is
fun.
It looks like he's able to spawn in stuff in the game. So that is not end game. That is not that dude's computer being compromised. If he's able to
Hey,
summon
Matt.
in units like this
What the fuck,
and run
dude?
bots on the server,
This is a whole different level of compromise right here.
that's different. Yeah, so this isn't a compromise of the user's machine. This removes the idea of it being a end user's machine being compromised. I'm really interested in this now because you've got a couple of possibilities.
It is definitely very interesting to see this. So it's not on the user side, it's on their side that's been compromised.
For their machines having the cheat tools turned on, you've got end user compromised machine, right? That could be through a download, so it could be a Trojan on their machine that's actually giving that kind of an access, or it could be RCE through the game. For this kind of a vulnerability, that means they'd have to be using an exploit to summon all those units in-game, which means the server has to be saying yes to the commands that are being stated, which means they have some kind of server-level access or have found a vulnerability in the way that the client sends commands that the server is accepting them. That is really bad. This one, I find to be much scarier than the first one.
Jeez.
I find this to be way scarier than the first one. I could see how people could assume this is RCE, but we don't know.
Yeah.
This could be access to the server. This could be a client sending commands that the server accepts, where they have limited functionality. This could be that they have two compromised player machines. There's a lot of different options here.
Yeah.
So you have a public lobby where they're still targeting this one guy. They're summoning in bots on that. That doesn't prove RCE. You have two different players' machines being compromised and cheat tools being put on their machine. You have a video of them downloading shit that they shouldn't be downloading and just running it. That could just be their individual machines being compromised. There's no solid proof that this is RCE in Easy Anti-Cheat or in Apex. So jumping to that conclusion makes no sense. We've been talking about the potentials for what could be going on here, and I'm still not seeing any evidence of remote code execution just yet. So you said you talked to the hacker. How did they verify who they were?
Basically, I think he's a viewer of mine, or a viewer of the Apex community. First of all, he gifted me 4,000 packs in game, and he gifted multiple thousands of packs to other people without like taking any money. That's like $4,000 approximately.
What the fuck? Are you serious? Holy oh my god.
And also he has this bot, or like multi-boxing bot that makes like 40 people land on top of you and kill you, like punch you out. Dude, I spoke with him. I actually have a YouTube video where I speak with him if you want me to find it. That one you have right now, you're watching, is the old one.
This is the old one.
Yeah, I just got the... Oh, it's...
But
this one was
So this
from
came out a month ago. So this guy's been doing this for a while then?
Yeah, he has. He's been landing on people. He's been just like normal cheating. You know, like the classic aimbot wall hack type thing.
Yeah.
And
holy
also
cow.
been, like, he definitely knows some server side stuff, and I've been speaking to him.
It'd have to be. Yeah, he'd have to be at that point. If he's been doing this for long enough, the things that I'm worried about, these are the potentials out of this, right? I'm still not seeing evidence of remote code execution, but I am seeing evidence of a compromised server. I'm seeing evidence of maybe a compromised employee, or like an employee's machine could be compromised that gives him extra access to this. That'd be something I'm worried about. Or a client that's able to send information to the server that the server then accepts that it shouldn't be, which all three of those possibilities are highly likely based on what he's able to do here. With remote code execution, that means that you're getting execution of arbitrary code on the end target. So if he has RCE to the server, that would make sense. That doesn't mean he has RCE to each individual player's client. That's a very different thing, if that makes sense. Based on what we have, I don't think that the attacker has individual access to Apex players' machines, if that makes sense. Yeah. I do think he has access to the server in some capacity, whatever that capacity is. But to be able to get individual RCE access onto an end user's machine, that means the end user's machine has to have that vulnerability. That means the client has to be vulnerable, not just the server. So he'd have to ping pong from a vulnerable server and then down to each vulnerable client, which is a much wilder vulnerability. Like, chaining like that is not easy shit.
Jesus.
And it means that the vuln has to exist there in the first place. So for me, Occam's razor...
Dude, this is just fucking crazy, to be honest. I'm just so fucking speechless of what I'm hearing. Like, I can't say much about it. It's just, I'm just like so stunned lock.
I think he's compromised those two individual users' machines and done that to them remotely because their machines were compromised. And I think he's accessing the server in a way because the server is vulnerable in some way. Based on current information, that could change.
Yeah, he told me he can access all accounts he wants to, though. He told me he can go on my account, he can open packs.
Sure.
He told me he can buy stuff from my account.
Sure.
You know?
So here's the thing, though. All of those things that you're talking about, where you could go onto my account and buy packs and do that, that's all server side. None of that is being done on your client. So if you're going into someone's account and doing something like that, and again, he didn't do it. He claimed it. He claimed he could, which doesn't mean it's real. You have to prove that kind of stuff, right? Trust but verify. Trust that he's telling the truth, but verify the claim. So in this case, let's say he could do that. All those actions are server-side actions. So if he had access to the server, he absolutely could. But he doesn't have access to your machine. So if he can change, if he can issue payments, if he can do things like changing your inventory, if he can delete your account, if he can do all that kind of stuff, that is server-side access. If he can place a script or a program on your computer and then execute that, that is client access, and that's way more dangerous. Like, way worse, if that makes sense. For this, we still don't have any indication that it's RC on the client. I would love to see the method for this, the mechanism for that.
Thor, a common question I see, which is, how do I know, or what is a good sign to look for as a layman?
Yes, you are right, Dark. He can buy us the Iron Man Fortnite skin, 100%. He'll finally buy that one Fortnite skin from that one kid who tried to hack my who hacked my eBay account, and well, not my eBay account, but you know what I mean. You guys know exactly what I mean, but yeah.
Or RCE, for the remote code execution that could potentially compromise my system, get something installed that I don't want. How would I know, what are some signs you'd want to look for?
So for me, what I'd want to see is him doing this on a wider scale to other average users en masse, right? Because then you can only prove that at that point, once you have more machines that this is happening to, you can prove hey, wait a minute. It is very unlikely now that he has compromised every one of these accounts and every one of these computers individually, right? When you have two high visibility, high, value targets like this, and only those two's machines are, compromised in this way, it doesn't prove RCE. RCE, you'd use it en masse, right? If you had a vulnerability like that where you could hit anybody's account and actually put something on their computer in any lobby in this game, and you just target two specific machines, and that's it?
In a private match, in a very highly publicized setting?
It's incredible. It's incredibly unlikely. So what we look at in that is either he hasn't thought about going after more people, which seems wrong to me, or the scope of his vulnerability is not as large as he makes it out to be. For me, right?
I think one of the other guy's teammates got banned too. A guy called Verholst. Yeah, he said it in the clip. Verholst doesn't seem like a guy that clicks shit.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know.
He got banned for what though?
Just fucking it thinks he's cheating. Easy anti-cheat or whatever.
So Easy Anti-Cheat thought that he was cheating.
Interesting.
That's really interesting.
The thing is, he can turn on.
Do you have a post for that?
Yeah.
Why do I got banned?
That's the clip of him playing ranked, and then he gets banned. And then his teammate, if you could hear, he says, "I got banned too."
Yeah, let's listen to this real fast.
He banned. Why do I got banned? No, I think I got banned too, bro.
Again, server level access.
Yeah, that's server. Yeah, that's server side.
Client, right? So think about it this way. If the server is compromised, if this guy has access as an employee would, all of these actions could be done through server level access. Like, you could ban players, you could unban players, you could generate packs, you could trade them to other people, you could do any of these things because it's all held on the server side. So, like, this also doesn't prove that he has remote code execution on that end person's machine. It's easy for us to assume that he has downloaded something onto that person's computer, run a cheat on that person's computer, and then that person got banned by the automatic easy anti-cheat system. But if he has server level access, he could just be like, oh, you're flagged as a cheater. Done. Right.
Yeah, that he can turn it up and down. He can make the easy anti-cheat ban you, and he can't.
Yeah.
He can make it not ban you. So when they're just cheating normally, it won't get detected, but he can just turn it on so they get detected instantly if they want to. So that's the thing.
The most that I'm getting out of this is I've got two most likely possibilities, right? Most likely possibility, this dude has server level access. Yeah. Right? 100%. Now, the secondary possibility of that is he doesn't have direct server level access. There may be a compromised employee's machine in there. Like, that is also very likely. Right?
Oh, that's
Because
crazy.
if you have a compromised employee machine, you would get the same level of access as if you had a vulnerability directly on the server. Because you just ping pong.
Is that true?
Yeah.
Because a lot of employees' machines usually aren't given full access at all points. So
you get the right one.
Reduced or scoped one. Yeah, I guess
you get someone in IT that already has access. Yep.
Fair. Yeah.
Like, they just fired a bunch of people though, like the other day.
Yep. I wouldn't be surprised. I mean, it could also be an employee that's mad. There's always that.
He's been there for a long time though. That's the problem. He's been there for like what, 2 months?
2 months. Yeah. Sure. I mean, it's like, probably not a fired employee, but to be real with you, it could be a compromised employee machine. Spear phishing is pretty normal. What that is, if you've never heard of spear phishing, is I will go after one specific employee because they are high value. A high value employee would be somebody in this case who has access to the servers. Could go through that route. Could, right? Could. Doesn't mean true. Means could. At that point, he could also have a vulnerability directly in the server. He could have remote code execution on.
Hello, Mihara. How you doing there, hun? Welcome to the streamer. So, since you followed, because I always do this to every new followers, of course. You can never ever leave the outer realms. But hello, greetings. Welcome.
The server, showing the breadth of the things that he has access to. It is likely he has.
Hello, Mihara. How you doing there, hun?
Either directly or through an.
Don't mind us. We're paying attention to the new
individual...
Apex Legend hacking thing. Which employee was watching Cord on the job? I don't think it was Corn. I don't think it was Corn Hub, to be honest.
Yeah, so for people who are saying like, oh, he's in your PC and things like that, there's no indication that he is, right? There's no indication that he's in these specifically Mandy's PC. There's indication that he has server-side access.
That's very true. That's like, after listening to this, it sounds like it might be on the server end, at least from like everything is from what I'm hearing anyway. So the server has been compromised.
There's no indication that he has client-side access, other than those two other players, which could have directly compromised machines. Their specific machines are compromised, not the game. So, in order to prove that there's client-side RCE, we have to show that the guy's actually accessing those machines through the game, which is, there's no indication of that just yet.
Yeah.
If they prove it, then great, but don't jump to conclusions just because you think it's possible. You have to prove these things.
Yeah, granted, I'm not jumping to any conclusions, right, at the moment, right? Because everything we gotta learn what's happening. All I know is just like Apex just got, the Apex tournament got hacked, basically.
When we're dealing with security, and if you can't prove it, don't repeat it.
This is probably fucking fake as fuck, but I got a thing with like also just confirming the RC has nothing to do with R5, right? The R5 is like a secondary game to Apex, but like where you can like customize a bunch of stuff. So people think that's where they got it from. So you download R5 and it's like a mod for Apex or whatever.
Modded variant.
He just said it has nothing to do with R5 at all. But like I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, is everybody using R5? All the people who are like, so for the two players who were compromised, are they using R5? Is the modded version?
I think one is.
So right there, it lends credence to it's not, right? Because if one of them is and the other one isn't, then like, bleh,
Yeah. But the thing is, like, people are like scared to like play the game or open the game or whatever, right?
No, so people are going to be super afraid of this, and I think a lot of the reason why is because they don't understand what remote code execution is. They don't understand this. So let me draw this on the good old whiteboard here. Let's say that the attacker's computer is here, and let's say that your computer is here, right? This is the server. If the attacker has remote code execution on the server, it means that they can execute code on this machine from their machine. It does not
Yeah,
mean that they
I already
execute
kind of,
fraud
I'm already kind of already understand this 100%. I'm not touching any games using anti-cheat for a hot minute.
but it means that they can modify memory and execute commands on the server. That means that they could do things like ban you, or generate packs, or change your lobby, or delete your lobby, or anything else that goes on with this, depending on the server infrastructure that's there. Now remember, the server instance is a solo thing. There's authentication servers that handle login, may not have access to that. It could be the actual game servers themselves, so just changing game state, but not changing anything outside of that. There may be servers that handle everything with shops and payment processing details because there's a bunch of different standards that have to be applied to payment processing information. Totally different servers, right? So there's lots of different things that go into the server when people talk about servers for games. It's not just one thing. But it's very clear that he has access to purchase and information regarding how many packs your account has, and he has access to the game servers because he can do things like summon in a bunch of bots.
Hey, yo, can you send me some Apex packs for me? I'll do an Apex pack opening. I want the new Fortnite Iron Man skin, please. You know, you can buy my Fortnite Battle Pass for me. You know.
Right? Those alone does not necessarily mean he has remote code execution on all things, because he could be doing a lot more damage. He has execution for two things: summoning bots, actually three things: summoning bots, banning people by flagging their account for easy anti-cheat, and the last one is creating packs and then giving them to people. So those three vulnerabilities are quite bad.
Hey, yo, can you send me some of those Apex packs? You know.
Doesn't show full control. Full control would be much worse, right?
Damn, that's crazy though. That's still crazy though. Jokes aside though, that is still crazy though.
Execution on the end user's machine. You would have to have another vulnerability. What you would need to do at that point is you have to have remote code execution on the server, and then that would then chain into another vulnerability that's on the client. The client would have to be vulnerable, so you could do that on the end user, which would be your game copy. In this case, we can't prove this connection. So it's strange to say that that's the truth, right? We have to prove the connection first. That's it.
Yeah, it'd be extremely sophisticated too.
Yeah.
I have a question to you guys though. I think a lot of people want me to ask this question too. So we've been struggling with cheaters and this shit for fucking years.
Yeah.
Like
2
years plus of just like, and it feels like nothing's happening.
Mm-hmm.
Is it, what is like the play if you guys were the people in like what's it called?
So in game security stuff, generally the way that we do this is through ban waves, right? And I'm sure you've seen a bunch of ban waves for the game, right? Are they doing massive ban waves of like tens of thousands? They haven't done anything?
Then the one time.
How many people do they ban in the one ban wave?
I don't remember. It was a lot. People like jumped a bunch of places and stuff like that. But they only one time. It was like
Only
one
one
time for like a whole week, where the game actually felt normal.
About 100K people are saying? Is it 100K?
Maybe.
Some people are saying
I don't
4K and 7K. No
I
one
have
knows
no
the
idea.
value. All right.
I have no
So
idea.
generally the way that we do this is you're supposed to do it every 3 to 6 months. And it's not about catching the players cheating. And I know that may be weird, right? Why would you ban players if you're not trying to stop the players from cheating? You're not. They're actually ammunition. So what we usually do, we do it every 3 to 6 months because there's a person on the other side that's making the botting or cheating tools. They're creating those tools, and they're usually monetizing that in some way, right?
Mm-hmm.
If they're not monetizing it, whatever.
Yeah.
When you do this 3 to 6 month ban, if they are monetizing it, you get a shitload of chargebacks if they're not using crypto. All those players are suddenly angry customers for your opponent. At the same time, you also get a bunch of angry players that are reviewing that bot and telling everyone, don't use this tool. I got banned for this tool. So you do this all at once to overwhelm the shit out of your opponent. All at once. That's why we do every 3 to 6 months. And it also stops your opponent, who are the bot creators, from detecting how you caught them. Because they don't know.
Yeah.
It could be any change they made over the last 3 to 6 months. You do it then. At that
I
moment,
see.
you basically just wipe them off the map.
I think it's better to do it every 3 months, in my personal opinion, because it keeps the ball rolling. So
That all the time at Blizzard. Like while I was at Blizzard, we banned I banned over 2 million accounts in detections that I formed, right? But there were people in Risk that banned like 14, 15 million accounts doing this. And each time one of those ban waves went through, it chipped away at every one of those cheat creators until many of them fell under the pressure because they couldn't handle it. And that helps make the game better. It's not about the players getting banned. It's about using them as ammo every time. Apex is free to play, right?
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
It's live service.
So the moment, here's the other thing. Generally, games that have pay, like costs associated to buying the game, this is much less common. And the reason why is because there's a barrier to entry.
Yeah, of
there's
course.
there's way less hacks like this, and I know that sucks because free-to-play games are awesome.
Yeah, because of Blackout, there wasn't really that many cheaters because you had to pay the game in order for you to play the battle royale compared to how it is now where there's so many free-to-play games. You know, the hacker can just make another account and then just keep doing this over and over and over again. So
As hell, but the barrier to entry for the attacker is like, whatever, just go make a new one. Who gives a shit, right? There's nothing to tie them to it. They just go generate a new email, go make a new game. Who gives a shit? Doesn't matter. I can make 1 million Steam accounts a day, whatever, right? And that's how that shit happens, and it's sad. You know, it's sad,
Yeah.
but that is the state of free-to-play games. You're always going to have that. So what you need to do at that point is just attack the cheat creators. And like, if they're not doing regular ban waves, if they're not doing that every 3 to 6 months, there are 2 reasons why. Either they don't have the manpower for it, or they don't have the detection method for it. It's sophistication or organization issues, always. And like, sophistication is going to come down to like, hey, we don't have a method for catching these people. We don't have a good way to detect this.
So you're telling me they don't have enough resources to fund this part of the section for their games is what you're telling me. Or they're not funding it at all, or they're just fucking lazy as shit. So that's basically is what I'm understanding at that point.
Other than player-driven reporting, right? That sucks. That's a shit place to be. The other one is going to be organization, which maybe they just don't have the people for it. They don't got the manpower, man. And like, they haven't put enough people into that team.
Shut the fuck up. Shut the fuck up.
It may be tough to do.
God damn it, you. I swear to God.
Yeah, security, yeah, firing a ton of them, not great. But also, security people are expensive as shit, dude. That what we do is not cheap. And I can understand that as well. So like on the dev side, I'm wondering if they just can't solve this issue right now, and they might be able to solve it later, or maybe they just can't solve it because they're overwhelmed by it, man. And that's so awful.
But like, why is Valorant so much better than everyone else's then? That's what I don't understand.
So for theirs, they likely have a better team set up to do this, right? Which means they have better
Yeah.
reporting, they have better logging, they have better systems in place to ban
Yeah.
these people, and they have a better regular cadence for bans, right?
It could be better culture too.
Could be better culture
where
on it,
every person does better logging, has better audit trails, has like every engineer's purchased into this idea of security as a first class
Yeah.
citizen versus security because we got a bunch of players angry, which just makes different software.
Yep, and if you think about this too, like I worked at Blizzard, we didn't use kernel level NHE. We still banned millions of accounts. People always make the claim like, oh wow, it's full of bots. Yeah, it is, and we ban all of them, dude. We ban shitloads of bots. We won't catch everybody every time, but you can't with kernel level NHE either. And our solution didn't give us full access to your machine, because no one should have full level access to your machine except for you.
That's
frankly.
true.
On the
That's
player
true.
side, the most that you can do is raise awareness for this, is talk about it on social media, say these are the things that I am seeing as a player, without making wild claims, because people are going to make wild claims about this. Just remember something, and this is the most important thing. I know it doesn't feel like this all the time. You're on the same side as the devs. And it feels like the devs are lazy. It feels like the devs don't care. But I guarantee you, there's a bunch of developers trying to solve this, and they can't right now. They don't have a method to do it, or they don't have the people to do it. And I know that sucks.
Yeah.
And it doesn't feel that way. But it's so easy to fall into the trap where you are adversaries with the devs when they're already fighting these guys. Work with them as much as you can. Report as many of these pieces of shit as possible. Put that out on social media. Show that anytime you possibly can. And it's such a common thing, and it's funny because I normally stream in software and game development here on Twitch, right? That's normally the place that I stream. And it's such a common thing to have this idea that devs are golden gods that are untouchable, amazing human beings, or they're pieces of shit that don't care. They're other humans, and they're working a job, and they're trying to get this stuff solved, and their own player base turning against them, dude, that makes it all worse, dude. Like,
okay. The problem I have is the communication is so bad that it feels like they don't care. Does that make sense? Like if they tweet it out every now and then, like, yo guys, we know it's a problem. We're really fixing, like, we're trying our best. Keep reporting, you know, you guys got that shit.
I may not have like so much commentary on this, but it's just so interesting to like listen to and like understand of how this, because he's a master at this, right? So it's very interesting to hear like the whole how it's basically being broken down into. I'm always loving to learn these kinds of things.
You know, like stuff like that, it would be fine.
I agree.
But it's
basically like learning the mechanism behind how everything turns, basically.
Dead silent for like 3 months, and then you get look at this new recolor, $25, and this new super epic heirloom, $700.
Yep.
Wow,
like,
dude, I can't wait for next season. Like, it feels like fucking dog shit, right?
I
Like,
know. I know.
Community manager would be good at this point.
Yeah, community manager talking to the player base would be a great idea. And I do think they're absolutely failing that. One thing you have to remember, while a company looks like a unified thing on the outside, right? We have a full company, and it's the company that makes Apex, right? The big company. There's marketing teams. There's people that are handling processing for payments. There's people that are handling the storefront. There's people that are handling all of these different each systems, right? The game may be on fire, but that doesn't mean the other teams stop moving. So they had a product line that was planned to come out at these times. They're not releasing it even though the game's on fire. They're releasing it because it's their timeline to release it, whether the game is on fire or not. So it may look really shit on the outside, but that team's not going to stop functioning just because the game's on fire. They're just going to keep doing what they're supposed. That's their job, right?
Yeah.
So I think the biggest thing here is to understand that the security team and the game management teams are probably having a huge problem.
Yep.
Like they're the ones that are absolutely on fire. These other teams are just going to keep doing exactly what they're doing.
Yeah, of course, because it's broken down in teams. Like at the end of the day, you know, everyone does. It's not like one person does like everything, right? It's certain teams unified into one. But apparently, you know, if you're losing like 2 legs out of 100 legs or so in total, you know, those 2 are the problems, and you gotta resolve and find the issue with those. So.
The products on the timeline, they're going to do all the marketing shit they're normally going to do. They're going to run tournaments, they're going to do all the shit that they have to, right? But those security teams and the game management team stuff, they're on fire. And with those, I absolutely agree they need more community reporting stuff. They need more communication with you guys. Because that's the worst thing you can do is be like, oh, the game's on fire. Let me shut up and sit in the corner. Like, no. Because in today's age on the internet and in general, if there's a bunch of wild-ass claims happening like this, if you sit silently in the back, the room is going to fill up with people who are making wild claims. And no one is going to have any other voice to listen to, so they're just going to believe the wild claims.
That's true. Yep.
As a company, you guys got to come out and say, this is what we're doing. We know this is a problem. We agree with you. Let's fight them together. Change that shit. Change the narrative back around to be a collaborative one with the players who hate this, because you hate it too as the team that's working on the game. And you know you hate it.
Yep.
You have people working on this shit. Work with the players. Tell them you're working with them. Be public about it. You could turn this around into a win instantly by doing that. Even if it takes a long time to fix, even if it's really shit to fix, even if you don't have a plan yet to go forward, talking to your player base is always the right choice. Always.
Yep.
They apparently fired their community lead, I just got told. So that's unfortunate, of course. Apex feels like it's a money machine to fund other projects, and a lot of the money is not put back into Apex, right? That's what it feels like from my point of view. I obviously don't know that because I don't work there, and it's just like it feels like we're just getting rolled, and no one really cares because there's no communication. There's no like, oh, we banned this many accounts. We did this, or like, oh, this is coming, or guys, you should hop off the game right now. Or there's no like server resets. There's nothing at all. We haven't had a single server reset for 5 years.
Yeah, and
like
to be real with you,
it's crazy.
Yeah, that feeling is super valid. The fact that you feel that way and you know that it's not provable, but it feels that way as a player, totally makes sense. I would feel the same way, man.
Yeah.
I would absolutely feel the same way.
Yeah.
The reason why the company needs to put out communication, the reason why you do that, isn't to convince people that have already written them off. It's to convince people like you that they care. It's to show the people that are on the fence that like, hey man, I just need you to talk. You're not going to convince all of the players that what you're doing is correct. You're not going to convince all the players you're doing a good job. But the ones that are on the fence that are like, dude, just say something. Just say anything. You know, like you're actually showing them that you give a shit enough to go forward, right? And yeah, for the pro player community, they need that. For the people who watch the pro players, they need that. Talk to your players. Always talk to your players. It's all about communication. Even if you're not able to fix the problem right away, identifying that the problem exists, admitting that the problem exists is a big deal. The only thing that could stop them from doing that is legal constraints. If they have some kind of a legal constraint in place where they are open to legal liability by talking about this publicly due to ongoing investigation or some kind of other legal issue, then yeah, they couldn't talk about it. I think the best thing to remember in all of this is the devs who care, they're on your side, man. They are, as the players. And it sucks because there may be things where they can't communicate to you because of legal shit or financial shit. There may be things where they can't form a detection for the thing right now. They're doing investigation. They don't want to give away anything. They don't want to tip their hand to the person who's attacking. Like there's so many reasons not to, but I honestly believe that if companies were more open with communication to the players, there would be less bad feelings when things like this happen, because this is going to keep happening.
Agreed.
Attacks are going to keep happening on companies. Attacks are going to keep happening on games.
Yep.
And if the companies can communicate with the players and not have, yeah, exactly, radio silence is bad. If there's no radio silence, if you actually can talk to people and say, hey, we are aware of this, we're working on it, I'm sorry, that's a great way to be. Honestly, I feel like it's the only way to be right now, because otherwise toxicity is just going to run rampant, because you have players that believe in the developers, that believe in the game, that know that it could be something better. And then you have people that are like, this game's shit, right? And the ones who are just like, this game's shit, and that's all that they care about, they're going to win if you don't say anything. You have to prove to the players that you're doing something. You have to.
I'm not gonna lie, I'm a mix up between both of them. I'm not gonna lie.
100%.
So I don't want to sit here and act like I'm a saint or something, right?
Oh no, you're tilted, and I get it. Like, I would be tilted, dude. You have a whole career invested in this game. You have a stream invested in the game. You're a pro player for this game. Of course you're tilted. Like, why wouldn't you be? That's crazy that you wouldn't be, right? This directly affects you both financially.
Yep.
It makes you nervous all of the time, because now you're like, where's my career going? Like, what am I going to do? What if the game dies? What if everyone stops playing the game? Like, of course you'd be upset. Like, that's not wrong. That's not wrong at all. There's nothing wrong with that whatsoever. And like, dude, that's got to be exhausting as shit. So I get it. I super get it.
By the way, I do got one tweet that I think is pretty interesting to read from RSPN Hideouts. Apparently, Connor Ford, he's the Apex security of Respawn. So this is just fresh off the press. He said, I see comments and posts saying anti-cheat teams should have been laid off. You should know our team sees this and it hurts. There is no empathy shown for those affected by the layoffs, nor the work we do day in and day out. There wouldn't be shit to talk if we could show you the numbers. Show us the numbers. I mean, it sounds like, there it is. It sounds pretty straightforward. Let's see the numbers, and that would probably help a lot of people.
Yeah, that's true. People just want the transparency. They want the communication with the, with the community manager, what they want, the stuff that they want to know. So that's understandable. That is completely understandable. Yeah, the same thing as well,
In the Discord chat. This tweet is super important. So I see comment and post saying anti-cheat team should have been laid off, like we were talking about, right? But there's a comment right after this says, bro, you do literally nothing but make EDM music and tweet how you're getting to the root of the issue on cheaters. You've yet to really nail down on a solid solution on the cheater situation. If you aren't doing the job you're paid to do, then why are you still here? That's exactly what I was talking about. Being adversarial with the devs is not going to fix this issue. And he said,
imagine a human acting like a human and doing things outside of work. I know this is a crazy thought, but it could happen, right?
As a game developer, I do all kinds of shit outside of this. I run a ferret rescue. I grow lion's mane mushroom in my backyard. Like, I go on walks. I go out into the forest in my local area because I love the shit out of it. Like, I do all kinds of shit. We're human beings. That's the point, right? So, like, this dude's just like, you are only your job. Do the thing, developer. Do the thing. It's like, no, dude. It doesn't make any sense at that point, right? So he said, maybe because I am doing my job, I'm paid to do, and doing it well enough to retain it. There isn't an end-all solution for cheaters, which he's correct about. It's a cat and mouse game. You will find a way to catch them. They'll find a way to get away the next time. That should be apparent. Armchair devs like yourself have the gall to say stuff like this without knowing the full picture. He is 100% correct in that take.
Yep.
Yeah. So this is actually Apex security.
Yeah, for me specifically, I'm not gonna go attack people. It's like, oh, they should get fired. Blah blah blah. They're not doing anything. Blah blah blah. No, of course not. It's like they're doing something. They're doing something. They're not being that lazy. It's just the problem is we're not seeing like the full picture on our end. The problem is because we want to see the transparency, like Dubstep says. We want to see what's going on. We want to know what's happening. There's some of us who actually do want to know,
So I'm actually putting out a tweet so you can see this too, Mandy. Is Apex security at Respawn? Speak softly and carry a big band hammer. I make music sometimes. My views are my own, right? It's a personal account. And my response to this statement is, it never makes sense to attack developers in the face of cheating in games. Devs are on the side of the players. They don't want this happening as much as you don't. They also can't communicate everything they are doing at all times. There are legal hurdles, financial implications, and they would be tipping their hands to the attackers. Fog of war goes both ways. The only thing I would suggest is letting players know you care as developers, exactly as he is doing here. Because that's what he's doing.
Yep.
It's him saying, absolutely.
Yep.
It is saying that, he cares. And he's going to get lambasted in the comments for it. People are going to burn him alive. But, like, that is just how that's going to go, right? You've got a really thriving community around you, and it's super apparent that that's happening. Like, you said you don't have this many people normally, but if we go to, like, Twitch Tracker, we pull you up, right?
I hope you're getting exposed live.
You've got 4,000... Yeah, but you've got 4,600 average viewers. That's not small. You know, like, and you have to remember that's not small. You're in the
Some people are just stupid if they can't think that this will take time to fix. Yeah, it's just people running on emotions. They're just because they're pissed off. You know, they're mad. You know, that's literally an emotion that they have or so, and they're just clouded. They're just clouded by emotions. That's why. That's why I usually mostly 9 times out of 10 try not to be clouded by emotions and always think rationally in any situation that I'm in. So
the top 228 streams on the platform. So understand that even if this game dies, you have a large amount of community that cares about you right now. That's in your chat. They give a shit about you, not just your gameplay. And it's easy to forget that. It's really easy to forget that.
Well, for me, yeah, it's just like I care about, you know, my chat is here because of me. You know, they don't care if I'm a pro player or if I'm something else or something like that.
Saw your React vids just today. Love the chill React vibes. Keep it up.
Hey, Mihara. Thank you. You don't need to do that. You can just come and hang out. You can just come hang out with me. You know, you don't even have to do a dono. You're fine, hun. You're fine. You can just come hang out with me. I'm okay. I'm okay for you to come hang out with me. Very much appreciated for the 5 dono as well. If you don't mind me asking, which video did you watch? If you don't mind me asking, of course. Thank you for letting us be in the basement. It's an honor. God damn it, dude! I swear.
Dude, a huge thank you. I think from everyone else too. Thank you guys for letting me join and.
Oh, the Blake. Oh, wait until I make part 2 for that one. It's gonna be a fun parody. I'm gonna make a fun parody for part 2. Wait for it. Just wait for it, Mihara. I'm gonna be doing I'm gonna pretend to be Asmongold and pretend to be the mod or so, and then we're gonna have a fun parody right after, because I recorded it again or so for another second speedrun because people don't believe me. Granted, of course, it's all sarcasm, right? At the end of the day, right? I'd be like, oh, trust me, guys, I am going to do a part 2 for this. So, so I can't wait to make that video. I'm pretty excited on it. Even though the sweet shop makes it a bit hot down here. Ah, I see.
Thank you for.
You mean sweatshop? Okay, my bad. I read it wrong. My bad.
Eyes for other things than just me fucking hating the game every single day.
Anytime, dude.
That's actually very interesting to see that of what actually happened or something. And it's very nice that there's someone who like knows this specific field and who's been doing it for like 20 years or so. It's very interesting to see, you know, to see this entire thing. You know, it's very nice to have somebody who can come down and break it down for me and explain, because I'm not into the whole hacking scene, right? I don't know how to fucking hack. You know, so it's very interesting to see all of this. So it's very nice. I actually did quite enjoy it. So it was very nice.
I care more about your Valorant gameplay.
And shut the fuck up. I don't have fucking goddamn Valorant gameplay. Anyways, but yeah, this was a very interesting thing to take a look at of the whole Apex thing. Granted, of course, this video would probably be uploaded after like what, next week probably, so, or maybe the week after. Just depends. Just really depends, because you know I'm the only one who renders the video and makes the thumbnails and stuff like that. Anyways, hope you guys enjoyed. You know, leave comment, like, subscribe. I don't fucking know, to be honest. Very interesting to see. I'll probably be looking into it a little bit more. Anyways, you take care, and I'll catch you on the next video. Peace.